Look at, we have the conservation price for rice. So what is the conservation price? So as long as lower, or let's say the market price lower than the national standard conservation price, then the national depot will open the door to purchase and storage the rice. So by doing so, it will guarantee that the grain will more in coping with the market trend. So this is the first day for the national depot purchasing and storage. We're right now at the first step. So this is for the sampling inspection. So this is, I believe, is the corn. So it's finishing, right? So please show us what exactly for the sampling inspection. So I believe the corn, we look at the truck of the corn, that's for the trade purpose. So there is a material inside the grain. And that's also a transparent plastic pipe. So with the metal pipe, with the transparent plastic pipe. So here we go. Hope you can see it clearly. So through this pipeline, that will directly go to inspection room. So let's look at the other truck. The other truck, I believe, is the rice. The rice is today is the first day to deliver to the national depot. So right now you can see the corn and the rice right now under the sampling inspection. So why they're doing this, or what kind of the items on the list for inspection, I will show you more in our live stream. And we'll also look at what else the grain will go through. We are not saying like not all the grains actually be stored in the national depot. So our special guest, Mr. Zhang Jinfeng. Hello to all. So Mr. Zhang is the depot's vice general manager. So we look at the big trucks and we also have the smaller cars. What are they for? So look at, we just opened our national depot. So look at the whole structure of purchasing and storage. So look at the small trucks. Actually, this is the farmers. Like they live in the surrounding areas. So basically, they drive their own trucks and come in here. So hello to all you. So this is plant and harvest by yourself, right? Yes. So it's around 5 tons. So this is this year's harvest, right? Yes. So finish inspections? Yes. So we're going to the waiting facilities. So this kind of the small trucks actually is the farmers. They harvest their own grains and drive here to sell. And for the larger trucks, I believe that's from the agencies, or let's say we have a group of the agencies. They like the intermediate person, so they first purchase from the farmers and they will transfer all the grains to the depot. So the first step is sampling inspection. Let's look at what actually they should go through for the inspection purpose. So let's head to the room. So everything you can see is automation. So a lot of things, the inspections, you can see is delivered by itself. And we also do a lot of testing and inspections automatically. And of course, it's under CCTV. So it's very transparent and farmers actually can see the whole process. So we can know the first thing is not every kind of grains can be stored inside the national depot. They should meet the certain standards, and we can purchase and store them in the national depot. And this is the article, the document released by the government. So we can see it's level 1, 2, and 3. So level 3 is the $1.30. So that's for DA group 3, and for DA level 1, that's around $1.34 or RMB per tin. So based on the hydrations or the moistures they contain, that all have different pricing. So let's go head to the room. And here you can see the big screen. They also show the whole process. And you look at this is CCTV. So this is all the videos, the live videos capturing during the whole process. So through the monitoring system, you can see the grains right now at which step. So I believe there are 9 screens of different steps. So this is show you different angles. So number 5 and number 6. That's the sampling room. So basically we take sample at number 5 and number 6. So that's also in order to increase the efficiency. We have many this kind of the sampling entrance area. Then this is for the inspection. So we have the tools and also the different facilities to help us to do the inspection. And we have the corn specific room. So you can see the people here working really hard. So this is the person specifically to inspect the corns. And we also, during the whole inspections, we will also to say this kind of the grain belong to which category, should be level 1, level 2, or level 3. So that's the whole inspection process. And then we'll go through the weighting measures. And I believe here is do the settlement. It's like the bank. So it's everything by cash or by bank card. So this is really the updated way. So a lot of things you can see is the e-bank or the online banking. So it's very convenient. So this is for the settlement. So with your ID card, your bank card, we can do the settlement right away here. So within 4 hours, the farmers can get their payment. So just do the sampling, right? So you're waiting for the level of categories, right? You're waiting for the result of inspection. So you bring your own rice here, right? Around 8 tons. So you expect it. Very exciting to know the results, right? So different level of rice basically determine the different pricing you can sell. So that's around 20,000 RMB. Just for sure it's not the annual income. Otherwise, I cannot really support my whole family. So this is just for this time. I believe that can sell at least 20,000 RMB. So this is the one I believe the gentleman just got his results for his grains. So the level is level 2. And the moisture is 16.9. So look at the different index. So that's help you to understand why it's level 2. So I believe that can sell a very good price. I believe that's around 1.32 RMB per din, right? So you can sell around 80,000 RMB for this time, right? Thank you so much. So what about the whole process of inspection? So we try every effort to increase efficiencies. So we want to realize within an hour and a half. So from the very beginning to the end, the whole process, end to end, we want to finish within an hour and a half. So for the inspections, actually, you can see there are a lot of index included. So for the sampling inspections, that's basically take up the major time. So I believe they have a free lunch here. So for the farmers, if they send their grains here, they also can enjoy a free lunch. So for our location is not really in the essential of the city. So for the convenient purpose and also want to bring the benefit to our farmers, so we have this free lunch service. And actually here is 24/7. So the farmers will send their grains anytime. So in order to give them enough support, so we also have different facilities and services here. So just now we see a little bit a bigger picture of sample inspection. So we talk about the food safety. We talk about the first, we have enough grains, and second, we need to guarantee the quality of grains. So this is the first step or the first milestone of the whole process. All the grains purchasing and stored here should meet the national standards. So ahead of us here, let's look to the further area. That's the depot. I believe that's around 400 football courts. So this is so large. So let's take the trucks. So you look at the trucks actually waiting in the line. So they are waiting their order to put all the grains into the depot. So they put the depot into the grains into the depot. So let's get on the truck and look at what's inside of the granary. So let's get on the truck. So this is around the 300,000 tons. Or this is around, let's say, 30 tons of the grains. So this is really huge truck. And we talk about the national depot, that's around 3.18 million square meters. So let's departure. On the right-hand side, this is also kind of the storage room for the grains. So there are around 835 grain bins. And you can look at the other shape of the granary that's around the depot. So here we have around 700 depots here. So you can see all grains everywhere. So the golden ones, I think that's a building. Actually, that's the collection of grains. That's actually all the grains. So all the grains, they're already dried. Right now, they are waiting to be put inside the depot. So right now we are on the truck. So we think the whole grain here right now is around 150 meters long. So this is all these grain stockpiled here. So we talk about, actually this is not the largest depot here. So the largest depot in this area, I believe that's 10 times of the grain totaled here. So the grain, yes, can fulfill all the Chinese people for one meal. So that's around 5 million tons. So we can tell actually different depots here can really fulfill Chinese people's meals. So we can see at least we can fulfill the people to eat 10 days. 3 meals per day, and it's good for them to eat 10 days. So this is how much we stored here. Let's look at the drying facility, or we call it tower.
我们介绍一下，这是我们整个这个收储这边的负责人是吧？叫胡星宇啊。您给我们介绍一下，我们看到前面。
So Mr. Hu is the height of the depot manager, and we talk about, we look at the deep drying facilities here. So for all these towers, so they dry the corn and rice. So after we collect the grains, so first we need to dry all of them. So look at the golden ones. So that's the platforms. We have 6 platforms. So how the grains or rice got inside the tower? So that's something underground. We have tunnel underground. We cannot really see the whole process, but what we can see here, there is the facilities. That's the van carrier. So a carrier actually will bring the corn or the rice from the truck to the platform. And the towers, that's the drying tower. How many we can dry per day? Around 2,000 tons per each. So we have 10 towers. So total we can really dry around 30,000 tons. So every day we collect 10,000 tons. So right now actually it's not the peak season. We can tell today is day 1, so you not really see so many grains. We talk about the lowest collection or the purchasing price. That's based on the market price. Actually, that's a flow with the market price. We say if the market price lower than the conservation price, then we will open our depot to purchase and store the grains. So we talk about the average market price. We talk about the highest market price may be higher than the conservation price, then the farmers maybe go to find the higher price. So we let the farmer to decide. We also would like to let the market to play more decisive roles. So this is a platform 2. So look at, this is a platform, so the grains will dry in the sun. So this is the platform 4. And there is the tunnel underground, so this is the tunnel. So after they dry it under the sun, the grain will basically deliver underground to the tower. So next to the depot, we also see the carriers bring the grains to the truck. So basically we also bring the grains or the corn from the depot to the
我们
trucks.
现在能看到迎面过来的这个4轮车哈，应该就是刚刚卸完粮的车，就是
So the smaller trucks, I believe, is just
它就是相当
Finish
于把自己粮食卸
selling
完了
its
回去领钱
grain.
的准备。
So we can see the farmers actually already finished all the selling process and waiting for the
你看
payment.
现在这边传送带正在传送的呢是一些玉米，那边啊有一个工
So
人
look
正在
at the
把这
band
些玉米呢
carriers right now. I believe on the carrier is corn. So we have the staff bring the corns onto the carrier, and the carrier will bring all the grains to the drying platform.
这些粮食呢，到底是我们看到的，其实是一粒粒的粮食，但其实它们是经过了
What we are seeing here,
的耕种，还有呢整个这个种植期
the
间的
grain
管理
actually
最后呢才是
undergone
一年沉
1
甸甸的这样
year
的收入。那现在呢，我们看到这个工人
planting,
啊正在
cultivating,
把这个粮食一
and
一
right now
敲一
we
敲的扬在
receive
这
the
个传送
harvest
带上。
time. So you can
通过这
see
个
our
传送带
staffs bring
对
the
这个
corn
我们说
up
颗
to
粒
the
归仓
carrier.
其实就是这样的一个过程哈。这个是干粮还是潮粮？
干粮。
干粮是吧？就是烘干过的粮。
对对对。
So I believe this is already dried. So we call it dried
我们
grain.
说颗粒归仓，现在我们带大家看一下哈，在这儿我们抓一把粮食给大家看一下。这个呢就是烘干过的玉
So
米，
let me show you a little bit.
感觉呀。
This is the
感
after
觉非常
dried
的硬
corn.
而且非常的干，因为它烘干过之后水分很少。
14个左右。
It's
国
quite
家有一
harsh,
定的标准，为什
and
么
I
要
can
这
tell you
烘干
actually
呢
it's
就是因为
very
粮
limited
它本身是带水分
contain
的
of
那国家相
moisture.
应的储存，那对于它的水分含量是有一定的标准
So
的。
the national
只有达到
standard
这样的标
actually
准在粮仓里的储存才能保
have
证我
certain
们的
items
粮
on
食
the
在
moisture.
储存期间呢
So we need to
不会变不
meet
生虫。
the
如果水
standards,
分不符
and
合
we
标
want
准
to
的
make
话呢
sure during the
很容易造成
storage
霉变和
that it's
生虫
DAP
所以说
proof.
这样的一个晾晒和烘干的过程，也是保证我们的粮食能够
So we
完
can
好
make
地
sure
储存
that
保证粮食安全的
the
一个
grains
重
will
要
not
的步
go
骤。
moldy.
那我们刚才也说了，
So
这些
make
粮食
sure
呢都
our
是
food,
经
our
过一年
grains
的耕
very
种
safe
才变成
during
一
the
个
whole
一颗颗的
stockpiling
稻
process.
谷或者一粒粒的玉米。那这些粮食在种植的过程当中
We can see
收
the
收的过程
rice,
当
the
中到底
corn
是怎么样的
actually
场
that's
景
with
呢？
1
现在我们
year
就来看一
efforts.
下我们在去
So
年秋
what
冬的
is
时候
or how it looked like during the harvest?
壮观的航拍
Let
画
me
面
show you a video clip about this year's full harvest.
三江启用七星梦，一幅稻田画拉开了黑龙江现代农业的篇章。现在您看到的是黑龙江农垦建三江七星农场火热的秋
So
收
right now you're looking at this is the autumn harvest.
沉甸甸的稻穗承载着一年的耕耘和希望。
So this is the harvest of rice.
整齐作业，他们开足马力，声音震天响，喊出了北大荒人世代开拓的决心和力量。向前飞跃，红彤彤的高粱在迎接着朝阳。供给侧结构性改革以来，黑龙江主动调整种植业结构，调减玉米种植面积，丰富种植品种。如今，市场的需要成了风向标。
Besides the rice, there are also the corn and also sorghum.
考察工作时，
So also like the market plays a decisive role.
棒打桃子、瓢舀鱼、野鸡飞到饭锅里。改革开放以来，曾经的北大荒一改旧日风貌，用现代农业端稳全国人民的饭碗，变成了名副其实的北大仓。中国粮食，中国饭碗，好粮还得有好仓。跟随卫星拍摄画面，我们来到了黑龙江富锦项羽粮库。正值秋收，一列列送粮车在粮库外排起长队等待交易。取样、测量水分、称重，只要20分钟，一车金灿灿的粮食就会变成沉甸甸的收入。粮库内
So this
收
is
储的粮食正在进行装车。
The live picture of the video showcased that where we were, and this is the National Depot venue.
全国人民吃10天。
它从好 航拍画面其实就看到了。一个呢是我们今年在黑龙江。
So through our videos, you can see that's our this year's autumn harvest. So we had see the sorghum and also the rice and corn. As should give the credit to the modern agriculture, we have the very cutting-edge technologies to help the farmers to do the harvest work. And you also look at this is the whole area that's around 3 million square meters. So that's around 500 football courts. So let's come into one depot. So this is how it looks like. So 108 meters long, 54 meters wide. It can contain around 30,000 tons of grain. So how we can really take a good care of all the grains? Let's go inside to find the secrets. Of course, we got the permission. So let's go upstairs. Let's go inside.
信息技术部门是吧？那您带我们一起上去，好吧？啊，好，您先请。您先请啊。我们目测啊，这个楼梯非常的长。我感觉它至少啊，有这个可能大概2、3层楼这么高。
So I can tell that's around 2 or 3 stories high, or 70 to 80 meters high.
好，我们现在呢就是进到了这个粮仓的
So
里面。
inside, I believe that's
我感觉闻到特别浓郁的香气啊，满满的这种粮食的味道。
or the
而且
paddies.
呢，这里面非常的开
It
阔。
smells really
大家
good.
可以顺着我们的镜头看一下。
And you can see it's a really large area,
大概是5000多
a really wide open area. So I believe here is around 5,000 square meters.
那标准的足球场的大小了。
So that's
那
a
在这以下呢，
standard
一共有大概8米的高度。我记得
football
我看一下
field.
这块应该是有一个数字
So
的标记。
we look at
这有
actually
多
we
高现在
stand
咱们
on
粮食的高度
8 meters high.
相当于3层楼的高度。
So this is around 8
所以说在我们
meters.
这个水平面以下能看
So
到的
that's around
满满的
3
全部都是
stories
粮
high.
食。那这里的储存的
So
粮食啊，
that's
有
all
33000吨。
stockpiled
怎么保存
grain.
这个粮食的这个
So
正
that's
常
around
的保管呢？
33,000
问一
tons
下，听说
here.
这里面
How we can
有一
give
些
them a
玄
good
机
take
是吧？
care.
这么大一个仓库，几个人来管理？
So there are some secrets, right? So how many people actually manage this
就3个这样的仓库，由1个人来管，那相当于十几万吨的粮食。
So we can tell one person actually in charge of 3 depots. So one person basically take care of 100,000 tons of grain. Of course, we rely on the technologies that's the electric inspection.
这个是。
So we can look at this is the electronic
我们来看
inspection.
一下啊。
So we have the wires or the lines. So this dot here, this is to inspect the temperature. We have around 1,440 dots here to monitoring the temperature.
1440个测温点，在咱们粮仓中就形成了一个庞大的立体检测网。这么呢，咱们保管员
So we have a really, let's say, the 3D framework of inspection. So with our smartphone or in our office or the laptop, we can know exactly the temperature of each depot. So the white one, the small one, actually is to test the temperature. So that can live transmit to our smartphones or the other appliance. So we Right now we have around 8 meters tall. So we talk about actually we have 1,440 temperature detectors. So think about this as a human body. So from the head to your chest to your heart, actually your full body from head to toe inside your body and have the well-ranged temperature detector. Let's say if the temperature is too high for a certain area, what we will do? So we will look at first the height of the problem area. So if it's quite near the surface where we stand, we will by hand to look at what's going on there, and if it's really deep inside, we will also have our facilities, and we have the fans. So basically we will have the fans to help us to really dry out the higher temperature. So we have the ventilation facilities to help to cool down the temperature. So this is another detector, right? So this is for the menu purpose. So we have the electronic ones, and we also have the ones for menu purpose. So in order to give the double guarantee. So you can look at this is how we test the temperature by hand. So this is a very traditional way to know the temperature inside the grain. So the thermometer right now shows is around 7 degrees Celsius. So we actually, on top of the electronic ones, we also add on the menu thermometer. So for the white dots, actually in between, that's around 1 meter and 56 centimeters. So we also will put a little bit this kind of manual ones to fill in that gap. So can you look at, or can you show us your system, because you are from the information IT department? So we look at how we can really monitor the live picture through our smartphone. So we talk about basically we divided the depot into 5 layers. So this is exactly where we are now. So we look at, think about 8 meters height. We divide into 5 layers. So at each level, we have the temperature detector. And why they show in different colors? So for the small blocks, you can that's actually showcase the temperature. So we talk about each block shows a different position or points. So the green color means the temperature is quite okay, but the red one, so that's the alarm. So which means the staff need to take the actions right away. So the staffs will go to the problem area and do some ventilation efforts. So the threshold value, that's around 40, let's say 14 to 16 degrees Celsius. So talk about inside the depot, the total temperature or the highest temperature should not above 16 degrees Celsius. What about the lowest temperature? So that's around 0 degrees Celsius.
这样是可以的。
那我想问一下哈，这个0度这个温度，大家可能觉得
So we can
冬
guarantee
天
the
我觉得
quality
可能可以理解是吧？因为外面也
of
很
the
冷，
grains,
现在可
so
能
that
我
it will
们
not go
所在的这个
moldy.
地方啊，佳木斯附近是它这个
So we
室外
talk
的温
about
度
right
已
now
经
we
在
are
0度
in
以下了。那如果说夏天呢，
the
外面
Heilongjiang
室外温度
province,
大概
so
30
this
度的
is
时候，怎么能保证呢？
这
Kiamus.
样就得靠我们
So
的
we
先
talk
进的
about
科技技
temperature
术了
outside
这
is
样
really
结合我们
below
电
the
力能
0
包括我们的
degree
现场人
Celsius.
员还有
What
我
about
们的一些先进
summertime?
的机器设备
So for
去进行
summertime,
天
that's
候的
also
数据
rely
相
on
对
the
应，这样的话就保
cutting
证我们的粮食
ash
能够保持
technology.
在
So
密
all
度
the facilities will help
这
us
个
to
呢，
lower the
我
temperature
刚之
and
前
do
对这
more
个事儿啊也
ventilation.
是非常的好奇，我问过他们曾经做过一个实验哈，就是说在冬天的
So
时
I'm
候把
very
一个雪
curious.
球放在
So
这个
actually
粮
they
仓
told
里
me
面，
that
为了
before
试验
they
这个
had
粮仓的
a
保温
rice
性能，在夏
the
天的
ice
时
ball
候，
inside the
这
grain
个
to
打
test
取出来之后，这个雪球还
the
是一个雪球
temperature.
这个是真实发生的。
这是真实发生的。当时做测试的时
So
候
we
就
talk
是
about the
自己这
thermal
个
installation.
自己人
Actually,
做
they
测
put
试是吧？
the
那我
ice
们大
ball
家来
out
看
in
一
the
下为什
summer.
么这里
Actually,
能
they're
把这
still
个
in
粮
the
食的温度
complete
保持得这么
size
低
and
呢？
shape.
首先啊，大家看一下
So
上
we
面，
talk
我
about
们
why
看
we
一下
can
棚顶，这个
maintain
粮仓
the
的棚顶，
temperature
看见
that
这个
low.
所有
So
这个
that's
银色
around
的都是这个
0
保温的这样保温层是吧？
degree Celsius.
它
So
的
look
每
at the
每一层都是有一个
silver
各地
ones.
各热的
That's
这
the
种处理。
silver
而且呢，这个整个
layer
粮仓也是
that's
砖混结构
for the
的，
purpose
它的这个保
of
温性能非
heat
常好。那我们的
insulation.
粮食呢，都是在冬天入库是吧？都是在这个季节入库的。
基本上都是这一起
所以呢，入库的时候，粮食的温度
So
都
we
是
talk
会
about
在
the grain.
16度以下
Actually,
的
they。
那这
all
个我
put
们做一个形象
inside
的
the
比喻，好像
depot
就像我
during the
们这
winter.
个夏天，我不知道大家见没见过那个保温箱，一个泡沫的保温箱，然后里面放上冰棍儿。那即使外面30多度，这个卖冰棍儿的人在外面转一圈，他的冰棍儿也不会化。
So think about this
是一个道
box
理的。就我们
actually.
粮食进来的时候呢，在16度以下。那这样的一个粮仓
Our
呢，它就
grains
像一个保温
inside the
箱一样，
depot
做
that's
好了保
below
温的
16
这
degrees
种设
Celsius.
备
And
的
with all
建
these
设哈。
roofs,
所
actually
以
they
呢，
have
它
a
就会把
really,
里面
really
粮食
good
的温度
facility
一
to
直保持
guarantee
在
the
粮
heat
食进来时
insulation.
候的温度。
So
所以
make
说最
sure
底层
that
的
the
温度可能在
temperature
0度
can
左右，这都不夸
maintain
张。
at
那
the
如果说一
same
旦夏
temperature
天
when
真的有表
all
面的
the
粮食温
grains
度升
put
高了，怎
inside
么
the
办呢？大
depot.
家来看这边，
So
我身后
in
啊，大家能看到有很
summertime,
多这样的小
if
窗
the
口。
third
那
phase
这
grain
些小窗
actually
口
their
呢，其
temperature
实就是
increase,
出风
then you
口。
do not need to
在
worry
我
too
们的
much.
这个
Look at
粮
all
仓最
these
底部
windows.
啊，还有一个
That's
进风
windows
口。
actually
在夏天，
for
如
the
果说这里的温度
ventilation.
比
You
较
can
高
look
的时
at
候
the
呢，从
fans.
底部
So we
往
have
里
the
吹风，
entrance to
而
let
上
the
面呢
wind
往外
coming
散
in,
风。
and we also
这样
have
呢，
the
在粮仓里
windows
面形
to
成了
let
一个空气
the
的循
wind
环，
going
保
up.
证了这里面的粮食及时的通风，不会发生霉变。那这里的
For
粮
this
食储存的情况
circulation
怎么
of
样呢？我们来给大家来
So
看一
make
下。
sure the quality of
抓一
the
把看一
grains
下。
and also
您
make
看，
sure the
现在我
temperature
们抓的这
meet
把粮食
the
呢，就是经
standards.
过烘干之后达到了标准水分和标准温度的这样的
So
粮
this
食。
is
首先
after
您看，这
dried
粮食啊，每
grains,
一粒
so
都
they
非常
meet
的
the
饱满，
national
而
standard
且
of
呢，非
storage.
常的干。你
So
看每
look
一
at
粒啊，
them.
它的
This
这
is
个
a
水分
really
含量
in
很
the
低。
rich
另外，我
shape
们手抓
and
上去
it's
的感
really
觉呢，
really
就是
dry.
冰
We
冰
can
凉的
tell
感
it have
觉。
a really
所以
low
可以
content
感
of
觉到这
moisture
里的
and
粮
I
食
can
被
tell
储
you
存
it's
的是非
really
常好的。
low
那这些
temperature.
粮食啊，是保证国家粮食安全的一些粮食。这个相当
So
于
the
我们保
staffs
证，如果
really
即使国家
take
需要
care,
调粮
take
的时候，我
good
们
care
调得
of
出
all the
去，
grains
并
here.
且调出去的粮食呢，
So
全部都是优
when
质
the
的、
governments
被储存
need
完好的好的
to
粮食。
deliver all the grains
据
to
说我
other
们现在脚下的
province
这些
and we
粮
can
食
tell
呢，
that
当
we
年的
have
收购价
all
达到了
the
1个
grains
亿。
ready here and
那
also
这些
with
粮
very
食
good
其实
quality
就保
and
证
we
了
talk
我们
about
的
the
国家安
price
全。
actually
我
for
们
all
说
this
这里
grain
呢，不
reached
仅有粮食的收
100
储，而
million
且还有粮食
RMB
的加
back
工。
then.
比
This
如
is the
说刚刚我们
purchasing
看到的玉米
price.
能加工成什么呢？我
So
们家
for
里吃的
depots
这个
or
味
the
精，
whole
还有
areas,
玉米
actually
淀
here
粉
is not
都是
only
通
for
过
the
玉米进
purchasing
行
and
加工
storage
的。
and also
所以
can
说
do a
我
lot of
们在这里
processing.
不仅有收 收粮、储粮，其实还有粮食的深加工的链条。
So we talk about actually besides the function of purchasing and storage, they also have other chains for processing and other purposes. So for the byproducts also can be produced here. So we talk about the grain we collect here, but maybe very soon be on your meal table. So look at the whole process. I believe our viewers know more about the whole process, and also we guarantee you we have good food, safe food, and the food we can trust it. So that's also coming to the end of our live stream. So we are here at the Kiamu's Heilongjiang province. Thank you for watching.